Hello everyone. Our today's lecture on drug affecting blood and its formation. So firstly we start with the point blood. The blood is a type of liquid connective tissue. It is also a fluid of life because it carries the oxygen from lungs to all part of body and carbon dioxide from all part of body to the lungs. Also a fluid of growth, it carries the nutritive substance from the digestive system and hormones from the endocrine gland to all tissues in the body. So it is also a fluid of health. It protects the body against disease and get rid of unwanted substance by transporting them into excretory organ like kidney. Next point is a physical properties of the blood. It is a thicker than water, 8% of total body weight. Blood volume 70 ml per kg of body weight, 5 to 6 liters in males and 4 to 5 liters in female. Temperature is 100.4 degree Faraday. pH is 7.35 to 7.45. Next is the functions of blood. First function is a respiratory. It transports the oxygen from the lungs to tissue and transport carbon dioxide from tissues to lungs. Second function is nutrition. Transport the food from guts to tissue. Third one is the excretory. Transport the waste part from tissue to kidney or urea in the form of uric acid. Next point is a protective. It is act as a protective for white blood cells, antibodies and antitoxins. Next is function is a regulatory. Regulate the body temperature, pH through the buffer, coolant the property of a water, vasodilation of surface vessel, dump heat, regulate the water content of cell by interactions with dissolved iron and proteins. Next function is a body temperature. Water high heat capacity, thermal conductivity, heat of vaporization. Also a typical heat generation is 3000 kilocalvin per day. Next is a composition of blood. So in this, firstly the suspension of cells in a plasma, which is a carrier fluid. So it contains 45% cells and 55% plasma. The cells are the red cells or also known as erythrocytes. These are 99%. Next one is a white cells also known as leukocytes, or next cell, second cell is a platelet also known as thrombocytes. Both are less than 1%. So here's a diagram. It containing a white portion which is a plasma and red portion which is a RBCs, and slightly a difference between two layers. The layer is a buffy coat composed of a white blood cells and platelet. So next, body weight. Whole body weight containing only 8% of blood. So in this blood, for 55% plasma and 45% is a cells. In plasma there is a 7% protein. The proteins are albumin, globulin, fibrinogen and other are in 1%, and water is a 91.5%. Other solutes, electrolyte, nutrient, gases, regulatory substances, vitamin, waste products. In 45% there are the cells containing a platelet, white blood cells, red blood cells. So they again distribute in neutrophils, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophils, basophils. Platelets normal range is 1,50,000 to 4 lakh. White blood cells range is 5,000 to 10,000. Red blood cells are 4.8 to 4.5, 4.8 to 5.4 millions. So next is the isotonicity of the cells. So the isotonicity means the amount of water transferred into the cell is equal to the amount of water transfer out from the cells are known as a isotonic. The normal blood cells are isotonic in solution. The solute concentration inside the cell is equal to the solute concentration outside the cell. So if there is a concentration changes, isotonicity is changes. So there are two terms. One is a hypotonic, second is a hypertonic. One is a hypotonic in that the water content transferred inside the cells, but there is no outside transport of the water. That's why the cell will be swell and burst. Second one is a hypertonic in that the water always transferred outside the cells and cells will get shrink and death of the cell. Our next point is drug classes present in their chapter includes nutrients and growth factor, those affecting the formation of blood cells. Platelets are known as hematopoiesis, and the drugs which are used to control the blood clotting are known as hemostatin. So first is hematopoietic factors divided into three parts: erythrocyte factor, platelet factor, granulocyte factor. Erythrocyte factors are divided into three parts: vitamin B12, iron, erythropoietic, platelet factor, ophrelin, IL-11, granulocyte factor, G, CSF, and saccharomyces, GM-CSF. First is hematinics. So the hematinics such as iron, vitamin 12, folic acid, etc. are required for formation of blood and are used in a treatment of anemia. In anemia, there is a decrease in oxygen carrying capacity of the blood due to the reduction in blood hemoglobin level and number of circulating RBCs. Next is the causes of anemia. First, decreased formation of RBCs, then the deficiency of essential nutrients such as iron, vitamin 12, folic acid, etc. Second is increase the destruction of RBCs, hemolytic anemia, and sickle cell anemia. Third is a depletion of bone marrow, cytotoxic drugs, radiation, and toxins. Fourth is a excessive blood loss due to the hookworm infection, bleeding from the GIT and other site. So here is a normal hemoglobin cell or normal blood cell, and this one is the abnormal hemoglobin cell, which is a sickle cell. The sickle cell blocking the blood flow and causes the anemia. Next point is iron. Iron is a mineral. Most of iron in a body found in a hemoglobin of a RBCs and hemoglobin of muscle cells. It needs for the transporting the oxygen and carbon dioxide. People take iron supplement for preventing and treating the low level of iron deficiency in the body, which result in iron deficiency anemia. The people with a iron deficiency anemia, the red blood cells can't carry enough oxygen to the body because they block the blood flow by changing the blood size. Next is mechanism of action of iron. The iron helps RBCs deliver the oxygen from lungs to cells and all over the body. Once the oxygen is delivered, the iron helps RBCs to carry the carbon dioxide waste back to the lungs to be exhaled. It is an important chemical reaction in the body. Next is the pharmacokinetics of iron. So, dietary iron mostly in the ferric form, Fe3+. In stomach, the Fe3+, it's converted into the Fe2+. In muscle cells, Fe2+ to Fe3+. After that, apoferritin converted to ferritin, which is the iron slowly released. In plasma, Fe2+ converted into the Fe3+, plus it add with the transferrin and iron-bound transferrin, which transfer the iron to bone marrow, liver, spleen, where it stored. Next is preparation of iron. First is oral preparation, second is parenteral preparation. So oral preparation, first is a ferric sulfate, 20% hydrated salt and 32% dried salt. Second is a ferrous gluconate, 12% elemental iron. Third is a ferrous fumarate, which is a 33% elemental iron. Next is the adverse effect: nausea, vomiting, metallic taste, diarrhea, staining of teeth. Next, parenteral preparation: iron sorbitol citric acid complex, which is given by intramuscular but not IV. Next is the iron dextrane, intramuscular or intravenous. Sodium ferric glucanate, it is also parenteral IV drug. Adverse effects are: injections are painful, discoloration of skin at the site of injection, side effects like a headache, vomiting, lymphadenopathy, anaphylactic reaction may also occur. Next, therapeutic uses of iron. It is used for the treatment of iron deficiency anemia, such as during pregnancy, also in blood level loss due to nutrition iron deficiency. Next use is a prophylaxis. Prophylaxis therapy is indicated during the pregnancy and infancy. Next is the iron interaction. It interacts with antacid tetracycline form, which is insoluble chelate with iron, which inhibit the absorption. Contraindication: anemia without iron deficiency, iron malabsorption, infection to the intestinal disease. So here's the iron is completed. In the next lecture we carry the next drugs. So here's we stop.